Hello friends, welcome to another video of Edu Pathshala. Today we're going to start a new series about retirement planning, and this is the first part of that series. In this series, we'd like to understand the various aspects that one should be keeping in mind while planning for the retirement. To watch our latest videos, click on the subscribe button and press the bell icon. चलिए कुछ नया सीखें. If we define our retirement, we talk about it as when you stop living at work and you start working at living. So what are the various factors that one should be considering while they are planning for their retirement? The first and foremost part to understand, or the first concept that one should really be understanding, is inflation. What is inflation? What are the things that you should be keeping in mind while you're planning for your retirement? How can planning improperly or not considering the impact of inflation on your day-to-day life may have a considerable impact on the corpus that you're planning to build for your retirement? Let's take an example of a glass of water to understand this better as to what is inflation and what are the things that you will have to keep in mind basis that. So back in the old days, when we used to visit some relatives, etc., and take a bus, I used to see these water vending machines nearby the bus stop. A glass of water from these vending machines in 2005 used to cost merely 50 paise. If we go out today, we get the same glass of water at 2 rupees. So that 50 paise worth of glass of water now costs us 2 rupees. The very simple reason for that is inflation. If we have to find out, if we have to calculate what is inflation, let's do some mathematical calculation and try to see if we are able to arrive upon that number. So we open the Excel and we say in the year 2005, this was 50 paise. In 2020, we need to find out what the value be if we assume the inflation is 7%. So just taking any number, let's take for the time being that the inflation was at 7%. Now you need to put the formula for compounding, and the formula would be this amount into 1 plus the rate of interest raised to the power difference or the time period, which is 15 years in this case. The value comes out to be 1 rupee 38 paise. So if the inflation was 7%, the value of that one glass of water should have been 1 rupee 38 paise. As we saw, the value today is 2 rupees. That means our inflation is not 7%. In this case, the inflation is much higher. To find out what that inflation value is, we'll do the calculation which I have done in many of my other videos, which is what we go to data and we go to what if analysis. We go to goal seek and we change the value of this cell to 2 rupees. What we need to find out is the value of inflation. So we change this value and the answer comes as the inflation is approximately 10%. The exact number is around 9.68% something. That's the approximate inflation value that we have. So that means if you want to buy a glass of water at some point in the future, then you will have to invest the money at 10% so that you can afford that. Going by that, what do we think will be the price of glass of water in 2040? Let's do again maths and try to find out. So we go to 2020 and we say that the value of glass of water is 2 rupees. In 2040, going by the same inflation rate, let's put that calculation, this into 1 plus rate of turn raised to the power difference in years. So the value comes out to be approximately 12 rupees and 70 paise. That means going by this trend, if you have to drink a glass of water in 2040, it will cost you 12 rupees and 70 paise. I tried to plot this in a graph and it looks something like this in the coming years. This is how the value of the glass of water will increase as the time progresses. And if we see the cost inflation index that has been there, that has been plotted from 1980 till this year, you see approximately a similar trend for that. I have plotted a logarithmic trend line for that, and as you can see, both of the graphs are exponentially going up. So, what is it that we need to do? What are our options? The options that we have is, either we need to invest that 2 rupees today with the 10% rate of return with net, which comes at net of taxes. That means if you are drinking that water glass today at 2 rupees, you take another 2 rupees and you put it in an instrument which gives you 10% rate of return, net of all the taxes to be paid on that, then you will be able to get 12 rupees 70 paisa in 2040, which will give you that glass of water. Or the second option is, you invest a sum of money with the 7% rate of interest and get the same amount of 12 rupees 70 paisa. Now, what is the amount that you will have to invest at 7% rate of interest? Let's try to find that out. So what we are saying really is, my rate of interest this time is around 7%. In 2040, the value that I am getting is 12 rupees. So what is the value that I should be investing in 2020 so that my value comes out to be 12 rupees 70 paisa? So let's again go to data. We will do a goal seek analysis. We change this value to 12 rupees 70 paisa. And what we are saying this time is, we need to change our initial amount. When we do that, we find out that we need to invest 3 rupees and 28 paisa today with 7% rate of interest to get 12 rupees 70 paisa in 2040. So we need to increase our investment amount by 65% if we want to keep the rate of interest at 7%. Now, why I have taken 7% is, this is approximately the return that we were getting from FDs, RDs and other instruments. So that means if we use the traditional instruments to get the return, then we will have to put a lot more investment to get the same amount in 2040. So if the question comes as, what is it that we are trying to convey with all of this, and how it is very relevant for retirement planning? The thing about it is that you need to beat inflation, else inflation will beat you. If you will ignore inflation, what is the percentage of inflation, while you are investing your amount, then you will not be able to get the returns which will increase inflation, and hence you will get less money than what you should be getting with the same amount of investment. You need to invest in instruments which give you higher returns than the inflation. I have put some videos where there are some insurance plans, etc., which are giving you or claiming to give you a higher percentage return, but when you go and perform the actual calculation, you will find that the actual return net of taxes is very, very less. So do the maths before you put your money into any instrument, and also keep in mind, and always keep in mind rather, whether or not that will beat the inflation. Rather than investing in FDs and RDs, learn about debt funds, as they give you inflation adjusted returns. So if you go for the debt funds, then after 3 years, you are liable to pay long-term capital gain tax, which is calculated basis the cost of inflation taken into account. Learn more about them. I will also try to put a video some point later around that. Invest in equity. The younger you are, the more exposure you can take in equity. It has the potential to beat inflation. Besides equity, if you look at all the traditional instruments, there is none which can give you a return in most of the cases which beats inflation. So you need to be wise about what instruments you are taking and how you are investing. Learn about mutual funds. Understand how you can invest in mutual funds if you are wary of investing directly in equity, if you are not comfortable investing in stocks, and if you want to try it out, test the waters before you start taking that leap. Learn about mutual funds, learn what index funds are, learn where and how can you put your money, and try to beat the inflation if you want to have a successful, peaceful life for your retirement. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. I'll be coming up with the part 2 very soon.